Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So today I'm actually going to be doing some test hands for you for two of my most recent decks. And actually, I guess it's not test hands, it's like play testing more like. My Chaos Lightsworn and Trap Shaddoll deck. We'll be doing a couple replays of both of those decks. But before that, I wanted to kind of explain this. So this is actually a playmat design that I've been working on. Actually, my wife came up with all this. Originally, it was white background with black lettering, but Dave over at MetaMats actually thought it might be cool to invert the colors. So he came up with that idea, but again, the wife is the one who came up with this whole design, and I love it. It's eventually going to be a mat that I will use in my videos. Just haven't gotten around to that. But yeah, that's kind of explaining that a little bit. So let's get right into this video. We'll start with, I guess we'll just start with the Chaos Lightsworn. So, I can't remember actually. Am I going first? Yeah, so I'm going first. We drew good, obviously, with Solar Recharge and Charge of the Light Brigade. And we're playing just against the computer in the dawn of the new era, mostly because this deck can kind of be annoying to play against because the combos can go on for a long time. So I was finding during playtesting that a lot of people were just quitting when I was playing against real people because some of the combos, like I said, can go on for a long time. And this one we're just kind of doing Charge of the Light Brigade stuff and getting some cards to the graveyard, getting our Trick Clown back, Lumina, and I screwed up here and discarded the Felice when I should have discarded the Lumina to then summon back the Lumina and then, get an additional monster on board. But we are definitely still okay here. We have that Foolish Burial, get back that Wolf. And then the first thing, if possible, is going to Curious, because you get basically, this card just says you get another level 4 straight to the field, and that's what we're going to do. So we're sending Felice so that we can special summon that Felice, and then also sending 3 more monsters. And didn't get anything else, didn't hit a wolf or anything, but then decided here to go for the Chaos Ruler. We could have just as easily gone for Minerva, but I figured this would probably, get us there to potentially more negates, and I believe it does. Yeah, it gets us that Chaos Valkyria. Really nice. And then we're linking those away just for a 2 negate Appaloosa, and then summoning back that Chaos Ruler, and then going into IP. And then we happen to draw a Chaos Space, which was actually really good, because then we get the Chaos Creator, free level 8, get some more cards to the field. I actually tried to summon that Chaos Dragon Levianeer. It's a little hard with the chains and the actual text in this game. It sometimes just shows up as question mark, so I didn't quite know which one it was going to let me special summon. So I ended up special summoning the Curious when I ideally wanted to do the Chaos Dragon, so then I could use the Chaos Dragon and Chaos Creator to go into what you'll see here, Hope Harbinger. So I could have had a Hope Harbinger and then the Synchro still on the field, but we're still okay here. So we got Spell Negate and then 2 Monster Negate, and then we have the IP Masquerena. Nothing really too crazy we could have gone into with IP because we didn't have a card to discard for like a Unicorn, Nightmare Unicorn, but that is okay. And as you can see by their hand, they're obviously going to use Melody, and we are obviously going to negate that one with Hope Harbinger. They have Pot of Desires. They draw nothing. They try to activate White Stone during the end phase. We use Appaloosa. and that's pretty much going to be game from here. We even get the bonus of drawing the Chaos Dragon Levianeer, getting that to the field, drawing another card. We could have even normal summoned him, but didn't really need to, as right here is just game. So that's, pretty simple stuff that you can do with the deck. You could have gone even crazier. I'm sure you guys have plenty more ideas running around your head as far as stuff we could have done. So let's go to the second one. Load that. And let's swap. So here we're playing against like some Grenmaju Thunder Inspector Border deck. And it's a little rough. You'll see here, because they also do anti-spell fragrance, so I can't activate my charge, and I'm not going to be able to activate, all of these dangers, which would have been really nice, but it's okay. We still work around it. So I get the 2 monsters on the field, but they, of course, get rid of the Hat Tricker with the Solemn Strike. And then I end up having to just set that charge and go on with Trick Clown and hope that they don't have much, but they, of course, have the Scapegoat. And then they draw the Gizmek Orochi. They go into the play to do a Borload. And luckily, I actually did have the Trick Clown because it, helped me not take as much damage here. We obviously took the 1,000, but we didn't take, 2,000 right to the face there. And now we can activate that charge. And we hit a wolf. So I normal summon that Raiden right away. Can't use the effect because of that Inspector Border, so I need to get rid of that guy. So I can then also use all these dangers, and that would really help us out. So we go into the Chaos Ruler. We can use his effect. Because he's a different, monster type. And then he uses Borload to just lower the attack of this Chaos Ruler. And then I have to go to battle phase, get rid of that Inspector Border. And then now I can start using my dangers to get something on board. And so we actually get quite a few effects going off. Unfortunately, I should have set that charge, but it really wouldn't have mattered too much with the anti-spell fragrance. But we really didn't need it. And then I'm linking those away for Curious. And the main reason we link away that Chaos Ruler is because we can summon it right back. So yeah, getting to Curious is huge because, again, it's just getting a free monster on the field. We get Felice, and we get Chaos Ruler back to the field for free, basically. And I should not have used that effect to send. And then we're going into Minerva. Didn't really get much. So we go into IP Masquerena. And that's really it. At this point, they didn't have a hand, so I felt, fairly okay because I could see what they had, obviously. I didn't know, and they even had a Awakening the Dragon as a back row. I didn't know that, obviously. So good thing I didn't try to just get rid of that back row. He does the whole, lower the attack. And then I wanted to get into the Appaloosa because I knew he was going to try to take this Chaos Ruler with that Borload. So I wanted at least something to stop it, even though I was still going to be losing both of the monsters. But I felt okay with that just because of the graveyard we had, and I have the Chaos Space and Raiden in hand. And obviously the set Chaos Space, so I was going to be using that one. And so they attack over. And then right here, drew the White Dragon, which is really nice. You'll see why. And we even hit a Felice as well with Raiden, which is crazy. Get out that white dragon. And actually, since I got like a bonus Felice, I'm going to use Felice's effect to get rid of the Gizmek Orochi. And then we send 3 to the graveyard and then use Chaos Space to draw 1. Summon out the Borload Savage, which is really nice. And we even happen to have that black dragon still in the deck. We only have like 5 cards in the deck. And so getting that Borload now with 37. So we're definitely going to be able to get over that Borload. And then from here, I contemplated using his effect to double, but I figured it wasn't going to OTK, so there was really no point. So instead I used the draw effect, which didn't really do much. And again, we used that Chaos Space, which was again nice because we got that Chaos Creator. Just more monsters on field. And this time I did it correctly and summoned back that Chaos Ruler, get as much damage on board as we can. He's using that Gizmek Orochi. I'm going to use the Borload Savage. And then we're simply just going to attack for game here. Attack with the Chaos Creator and the Chaos Ruler. So that was, kind of a rough game with the anti-spell and that Inspector border. But as you can see, you can get around it with a lot of these monster effects. Not easily, but you definitely can still get around some rough boards. So that is that Chaos Lightsworn deck. So let's go to the Trap Shaddoll deck. Very fun deck. Like it a lot. So here we're playing against Live Twin deck, so not necessarily a meta deck. We happen to go first, so we set our Sinister Shadow, Dogmatic Punishment, and Super Poly, which is actually really, really good for us. And then he is going to use the Live Twin there. I don't really know what these guys do, so I use the Ash Blossom on it. Negate that effect. And then he's going to go into his Link play, go to battle phase, but I'm going to use the Dogmatic Punishment to at least get rid of that. Try to use the App Cologne effect, but he has his own Ash Blossom to negate that, so I didn't really get much. But then he has 1 card on field, 1 card in hand, so I'm not really... And then I have, of course, the Sinister Shadow and the Super Poly, so I'm feeling okay here. And then we draw the Pot of Duality, which was really nice. Didn't really hit anything too crazy, but I decided to go for the a Chadal monster card. And with Sinister Shadow games, this was actually a really good card to happen to get. So set that, and we'll see what he can do. And so here, again, use the Ash on that guy. And then I'm going to use during the end phase the Sinister Shadow to flip him up, destroy that, send the Beast to the grave to draw 1. I just wanted, and I happened to get a dragon, which was really nice as well. I just wanted more cards in hand, or as many as I could, knowing that he had just 2 set cards. And then we're just going to get some damage on board. And then I didn't feel the need to, do the whole Super Poly, get some more damage on board. I just felt, write it out. I have the Effect Veiler. And he draws Signet Mining with no other card in hand, so he couldn't really do anything. And so here, I'm like, if my attacks go through, now is the time when I'm going to use the Super Poly. And they both go through. So I'm like, okay, I'm using Super Poly now. getting out the window, destroying stuff with the dragon and whatnot. And he just has the impermanence to negate the effects but not negate the attack. So I just still here, just attack for game. So that's just kind of grinding out a win. That's basically what the deck does. It doesn't really, OTK too much, but obviously if you have one of those quick play fusions, you just wait for your opening and kind of just attack then for game, obviously. We'll play one more of the Trap Shaddoll. And again, we happen to go first, luckily, and get the Pot of Duality. And we add the Effect Veiler, so 2 hand traps. And then we're going to have Trap Trick, Chadal Schism, and Super Poly, which is not bad at all. I was completely okay with this. We really have nothing too reactive as far as the spells go, but we can get access to one with the Trap Trick. And so Arrow Mage is what we're playing against, and they just kind of set one and, get their really good spell card and then the trap. And I do draw a Chadal monster, which I really wanted. And then I just wanted to see, what this face down card was. I didn't feel I was really going to destroy anything with that 1000 attack, but it didn't matter. I was getting info, and as soon as I saw it was a light monster, I was like, okay, sweet. We're going into our construct using their monster, of course. And then I'm going to banish that guy from the grave. I'm not sure if this deck really uses, if Arrow Mage really uses cards in the graveyard, but I figured get rid of it, just so they don't get another monster. And then we get some damage on board with Construct. Get the nice set Shadal Beast because of Windy going to the grave. Such a good card. Windy is really good. And they didn't draw that good. They used the Twin Twisters, and then I of course have the very reactive Trap Trick. And then I'm setting the Sinister Shadow Games. Again, I have a really nice flip effect here, and send whatever to the grave. It's a really good card in Trap Shaddolls. And they destroy my back row, which is okay. Use Sinister Shadow, send the dragon, because I want to get rid of one of these. I was thinking of getting rid of the Aroma Garden, but then I was like, I need to get rid of that trap. So that is what I get rid of with the dragon. Beast is going to draw us 2. Which is always nice. And we get a Super Poly and a Windy. So I discarded the Ash Blossom, just wanting more plays. And then from here, we're going to battle phase. We have Super Poly in hand, and we have plenty of monsters on the field, even if they do shenanigans, which they do a few. And they're going to change Construct to defense, and I'm still going to go through with the attack, get some damage on board, get rid of that monster. And then Beast is going to be able to attack over the Jasmine. And then I'm going to use Super Poly and go into the App Cologne. And that's going to be able to turn off the Aroma Gardening, which is pretty much, at least this game for sure, is kind of their key card that they needed to do any plays, basically. And then we get a draw and a special summon. One off of the special summon off of Windy, and then the draw off of Beast. And we get a Torrential Tribute. So I pretty much knew this game was over. Whatever they get on the field, if they get something that I'm afraid of, I'm just going to Torrential and gain a lot of advantage with our Chadal monsters, but they didn't get anything. And so we use Squamata's Flip Effect, target a monster and destroy it. And then we just go for game. They try to use Aroma Gardening, but they can't because of App Cologne. It's just a really good card. I love this card. And yeah, that is the deck, guys. The deck replays for Trap Shaddolls and the Chaos Lightsworn decks. I hope you guys liked them. I'll try to do these, every now and then. Get some test hands out for some of these decks that you guys are interested in. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.